supporters. I see y'all liking it, all the positivity. I love it because that video actually meant a lot to me. Because a lot of times I post videos like that and I feel like my most beneficial, helpful videos don't get pushed as much, don't get as much shine as they should. So I'm glad that that one did. See, it's got like close to 4,000 shares, like 10,000 new followers from it. So shout out to all y'all. So let's talk about it. A lot of questions on the video. So comment y'all's questions. Y'all know I'm answering questions. I'm out of breath, just got done doing sprints. So let's talk about food. Let's talk about disease. Let's talk about healing disease. Let's talk about it, right? Because, hold on, real quick. Back. Now, white potatoes are not good. Let me go this way. I think I might have service down here. Thanks for sharing the live. So yeah, we got to understand that food is the best way to attack us, right? Food is the most political thing on this earth, because if they can't get you to believe in anything else, you have to believe in food because you got to eat it daily, right? So that's exactly how they get you. That's exactly why disease is constantly on the rise. It isn't getting better, it's only getting worse, right? And they use the food to do that. So we got to start learning what foods are damaging us, why they're damaging us, what we can do to make sure we're not eating those foods, what foods are correct, so we can stop generation after generation of disease, diabetes, cancer, digestive issues, whatever. Even the most minuscule illnesses are caused by your food, right? And again, because they know food is the way to attack them. If we can't get them to believe in the president, if we can't get them to believe in this law, if we can't get them to believe in Black Lives Matter, if we can't get them to believe in whatever the case may be, we can get them to believe in food, because this is something they eat daily. It has become a religion to people, because no matter how much we know that food is damaging us, we will continue to eat it because we are addicted. We are raised on it. We wake up to it. We go to sleep on it, right? So when the ingredients, the additives, preservatives, they started, let me get past this lawnmower before I go in. When the preservatives and additives first started getting introduced to food, right? Which is a big problem. But many foods that don't even have the additives and preservatives are still a problem, right? But let's talk about that. Hold up, man, I gotta get on a different street. Everybody's doing yard work. I wanna make sure y'all can hear me. Everybody doing yard work today with their leaf blowers and lawn mowers. See if I can get the hell out of here. I wanna make sure y'all hear this message, right? Then if I go on that street, I ain't got service. Let me try this way. So as I was saying, when food additives and preservatives first started getting added to food, you can look it up. It was the Nuremberg trials, right? They called these additives and preservatives behavior modifiers, all right? So they knew what they were doing, right? These additives and preservatives that are in almost every damn food you eat nowadays, unless you're eating the right stuff, but the average human are eating these additives and preservatives that when they were first introduced and made legal to put in foods during the Nuremberg trials, they called them on the document behavior modifiers. Same thing with your fluoride. It was called a behavior modifier. But meanwhile, you start your day off with fluoride every damn day with your toothpaste, right? They're literally modifying your behavior with the food, with the chemicals that you put on your body, your lotions, your hairspray, your hair dye, because you don't want to have gray hair, whatever the case may be. We go this way, right? So we can look this up. This is well documented. It's on documentation. They were called behavior modifiers, right? They modify your behavior, meaning what? They're going to cause depression. They're going to cause anxiety, right? Which is going to do what? It's going to cause self-harm. It's going to do many other things. It's going to cause us to have emotional issues, right? And when we have those emotional issues from the food, from the behavior modifiers, what are we gonna do? We're gonna run to food. What are we gonna run to? More unhealthy food. Because when we have bad nerves, what do we crave? Crunchy foods. What foods are crunchy? Your pork rinds, your chips, your fried chicken, right? So it's working out perfectly, right? We give them behavior modifiers, which modify their behavior. Let's give them mental issues and emotional issues. When they get emotional, they crave more unhealthy food. Now they get sicker. Now the medical industry, I don't even like calling it the medical industry. They damn sure ain't the health industry, because they ain't healing nothing. They ain't improving nobody's health. They're only giving you chemicals and treatments and therapies to suppress the real issue, right? So it all works perfectly for them, right? It all works perfectly. And then guess what? When you sit down to chill with the family, you get off of work from a stressful day. If you're not eating food, you're watching TV. So what do? They spend $4 to $10 million on these KFC commercials, on these Arby commercials, on these McDonald's commercials that give your favorite athlete $10 million, $100 million contracts to be in 10 McDonald's commercials a year, right? And it continues to reel you in, right? Why the hell would they be spending all this money out of their pocket just to promote these commercials, right? Because they know promoting these commercials gets people to act on these commercials they're seeing, which gets them sicker, which again brings you right back to the medical industry. And they get way more money than they spent on them commercials from these prescriptions that they're signing you up for. These subscriptions is what I like to call them. Because they signing your ass up for a subscription. You got to pay monthly for the rest of your life, because they ain't going to heal you. If they healed you, you would take it for a little while, then you'd be able to get off of it. That's not the case. As soon as you stop, many times you get worse because of all the other side effects. Same thing if you have depression, anxiety. They put in 0.5% body fat thinking it's healthy. It happens. He dies, right? Early 50s, right? So we can talk about every angle, right? So that's why not only are we going to talk about what's going on, I'm so happy that video last night, God damn, it keeps saying I lost connection. It's annoying. I'm just trying to get some cardio in while I do my thing, right? And then from the time we start school, what do they teach us? They teach us this damn bullshit food pyramid with nothing but trash on it. Now you grow up thinking that's the right thing to do. You think this is where you need to get your protein from. You think this is where you need to get your iron from. You think milk is great for you. You think your eggs are great for you. You think all your dairy and your chicken and your red meat is great for you, right? Again, that's part of the programming, right? Let's get it in the schools that started in their head early. And then by the time they're 30, 40, they'll be sick. Perfect. Just like their mom. Perfect. Just like their grandma. Perfect, right? So it's crazy. But then we can go into digestion issues. A lot of times they get questions. What about if I have PCOS? What if I have Crohn's? What if I have IBS? What if I have acid reflux? Again, this comes down to the food you're eating, right? You're eating foods that are too acidic. Therefore, you have acid reflux. It's simple. Get rid of the acidity in the body. You should have a natural balance of 80% alkaline, 20% acidity in the body. The 20% acidity in the body comes naturally in your body from your stomach, which is used to digest foods. This doesn't mean you need to add more acid in the body to digest foods. That's not correct. Who's teaching you this? Nobody. So you can't blame yourself. You can't be upset at yourself, right? Because we are all raised on the nonsense, right? Yeah. Right? So when we talk about digestion issues, not only do we get rid of the acidic foods, but also we got to realize our eating schedule, when we're eating, things like this. Because when we're in our mother's womb, guess when we eat? The fluid in the womb is what's keeping us alive in the stomach, right? During pregnancy. We're eating, right? And what are we eating? Or when, sorry. We're eating every 4 hours, right? Baby in the womb typically eats around about 6 a.m. We eat again around like 11, and we'll eat again about 4, and that is it, right? But then as soon as we get out, As soon as the baby comes out, you're being trained by your mother. Your mom's feeding you consistently. And now you think, I just ate. An hour later, you know what? I feel like going to get a sandwich. Then 2 hours later, you know what? I'm going to eat some Skittles. Then 2 hours later, you know what? I think I'm going to order some pizza. You know what? I'm going to have some fruit. Like, it don't matter what it is. You're eating too consistently. That's why you're having digestion issues, right? Because naturally in the womb, you were only eating every 4 hours. You get out and you eat every damn hour, every 2 hours, right? On top of eating acidic foods, which is causing more digestion issues. Then you're eating right before you go to sleep. Anytime you eat, that food needs to be passed before you go to bed. Otherwise, it's setting in your stomach and it's rotting in your stomach overnight. Then you wake up, your stomach's all tore up to start the day. You finally use the bathroom. Then you go right to breakfast, breaking your fast, breakfast, right? You break your overnight fast because you slept for 6 to 8 hours. You finally use the bathroom, you break your fast on some eggs, some bacon, some starch, some waffles, some pancakes, right? Which is starch, which is acidic, which causes more acidity in the body, and the cycle keeps going. And you're wondering why you can't get rid of the problems. So, yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Just talking to y'all. Y'all know I'll upload this to my YouTube, so if you missed any of it, I'll upload it to my YouTube. Get the mucus buildup out of your body. Stop eating mucus-forming foods. What foods cause mucus? Your dairy is one of the main causes of mucus, right? Get rid of the dairy. It's causing mucus in the body. Your milks, your yogurt, your eggs, all that nonsense. That's what's causing mucus in the body. So get rid of mucus-forming foods, mainly dairy. I have a video about bananas, how they're causing mucus, more mucus than almost any other food. The regular banana that you're eating daily, that's in all your grocery stores, that your kid gets for lunch or breakfast, that you eat every damn day, that is called a Cavendish banana. It is 100% hybrid. It is not good for you. It's unnatural. It is actually a clone. Every banana is genetically perfect and identical to the other banana because it was made like that in a lab, right? Scientists tried to make the perfect banana. It is called a Cavendish banana. You can look it up. 100% hybrid, unnatural, and every banana is a clone, right? So get rid of that banana. Only eat baby bananas and burro bananas. They're the only real bananas, right? Now, many of you are like asking, what do I do to detox? What do I do to heavy metal detox? What do I do to flush the mucus out? What do I do to reverse this disease? What do I do to reverse this illness? The main question is, what do I take? Right? It's not about taking as much as it is about removing. Because you think you're gonna take something because the medical industry has tricked us into thinking that, hey, if I take this pill, I'm gonna be good. If I do this treatment, I'm gonna be good. If I do this chemotherapy, I'm gonna be good, right? It's funny, holistic doctors and naturopaths will call chemotherapy battery acid, right? Because it is not good. We know that 75 to 90%, depending on what statistics you look at, of chemotherapy patients don't make it through chemotherapy. It's a really high number to keep putting it on people. Sorry, I had an alarm go off. Let me make sure it's connected. Yeah. So that's a really high number to act like this treatment is really working, right? Anything over 70, anything over 40%, I'm good. So you're telling me over 75% of people that go through chemo don't make it, and then the ones that do make it pass away within 2 years, right? And again, of course, we all know somebody who's probably went through chemotherapy, and maybe that didn't happen. The thing we have to start looking at is the numbers, right? Because every time I make a video about something being unhealthy, or right now as I'm talking about chemotherapy, somebody will butt in and say, so again, we can talk about, so we have to start with removing the nonsense, cleansing ourselves, cleansing our body, cleansing our blood, getting rid of the, this is ridiculous. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Keeps going in and out. I'm just walking, not looking at the screen, not realizing it's saying lost connection. Well, if you're missing parts, I'm recording this, so make sure you go to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/TWalkTheHawk, or search my name, TWalkTheHawk, just like it's spelled. I'm gonna upload this live to my YouTube like I have been doing, because I realize I start ranting and saying a lot of good shit that people be missing. So it's always gonna be uploaded to my YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, you're gonna wanna do that. That's where I can go more in depth, right? Than a little 30-second, 60-second TikTok. Now I forget what I was saying. So yeah, I see some of y'all asking about help. Again, I post minimum 3, it doesn't matter. We get you on the right track and I give you the healthiest options based on what you, ridiculous. And I post client testimonials daily. So you can check those out. I have a video of my client testimonials on my YouTube. Over 300. I posted one client testimonial daily for like 4 months straight. Sometimes 3 to 5 testimonials daily. So simply message me or click the link in my bio. Again, 40 for 1 month, 80 for 3 months. And enjoy the free advice. Minimum 3 videos daily. But yeah. So, again, what we got to do is, the video I posted last night, get these tests done, right? Get your food sensitivity test. Let me go down on another street. It says good connection now. So yes, get your food sensitivity test. Get your hair mineral analysis. Many of these you can actually do online. It's not that hard, right? You can they'll send you a package. You send in your hair to them. They'll do the hair mineral analysis test, have the results back to you typically within like 14 days. You can do the food sensitivity test typically online. They'll send you a swab, you swab your mouth, whatever else. Everyone's different. You send it in within 14 days. They'll send you a PDF document with the chart breaking down what foods you're more sensitive to, what foods are good for you, what foods are bad for you, right? Yeah, food sensitivity test can be done at home. Hair mineral analysis test you can do from home. Just do your research, find these things, right? Then what else did we talk about? We talked about getting rid of acidic foods, which, follow an alkaline diet. If you don't know, I have plenty of videos telling you what foods are alkaline. Scroll through my page, right? Get rid of mucus forming foods, which we talked about. Your dairy, your Cavendish bananas, the regular ones, which you call regular, right? So there's 4 body cleanse, as I talked about, cleanse the bodies. Anyways, I'm just gonna talk and I'll upload it to, you can start with doing a full day of your favorite foods, right? Man, today is not a good day to walk and talk. It's so much yard work and putting down asphalt, which I don't want to breathe in. I should have my mask on for this. Somebody laying asphalt and chemicals. God damn. See, they always want you to put your mask on, except when you really should have a mask on. When you're breathing in fumes from all these chemicals, that's when you should have your mask on. When you're in your damn casino sitting there with all the cigarette smoke, that's when you should have your mask on, right? They never want to tell you to put a mask on during these times. That's fine to breathe in. Just breathe out in, you're good. But if you want to go get some fresh air and have a nice walk, put your damn mask on. Breathe in your own toxins. That's going to be the healthiest option for you. It's crazy. So, anyways, I be getting sidetracked. I didn't want to go in because I know y'all couldn't hear me through there. So yeah, start with a fast. So day one, you can do a fruit fast. Get like 5-6 of your favorite fruits. Make sure they're not hybrid. Make sure there's no nonsense fruits. Make sure they're real fruits, right? Preferably organic. Eat nothing but your favorite fruits the first day, right? Then the second day, you cut it down to just one fruit, right? You can do your grapes. You can do, whatever. As long as it's the correct fruits, right? You can do apple. You can do grapes. You can do orange. You can do key lime, whatever you want to do, right? So that will be the second day, right? Then the third day, this is when you can go start transitioning into, your water and juice, right? So the third day should be nothing but your juices, preferably pressed juices, preferably fruit. But you don't want it to be no concentrate stuff. Get your own juicer for $50, $100, whatever. Juice your own fruits so you know it's no added bullshit in it, right? Then you start fasting on your pressed juices. You can order pressed juices however you want to do it. Most people got a place that does juicing close to you. Papaya's great, yes. All right, so this is the third day. Now you're just on juice and water. So anytime you're hungry, you eat your juice and your water. And then there's 3 days of fasting, right? More so a fruit fast, right? You don't need to jump in and be dramatic and do 7 days of just water. All right, so you start there. There's your 3. Now the 4th day, you go back to eating your alkaline foods. Not too much. Don't ever jump out of a fast and go back to bullshit, because then you just wasted the fast. Don't go out of your fast and go right back to starch, acidic, and mucus-forming foods, because now you just wasted your time, right? So after your 3-day fast that we just broke down, then your next day, again, you get your nuts, your seeds. That's where you're going to be your best, healthiest source of protein, right? You get your fruits, your veggies. You do go back to that for a day or two. Let me go this way. And then you can fast again. Now we go right back to the juices, the water. This is how you do it until you build yourself up to where you can go 7 days straight on just water and juice. Until you build yourself up where you can go 3 days straight on just water and herbs, right? You're not going to die from going 3 days with just water, especially if you're doing herbs with it or something. You'll be fine, right? We have this misconception that 3 days without food, you're going to die, all right? I know people who fast for 40 plus days on just water and herbs. Many of the holistic teachers I learned from, that's specifically what they were prescribed to somebody who's really going through some serious issues. But again, we still start with steps. I'm not going to throw you directly into a crazy fast like that, all right? Now, once we're fasting, we also want to start adding in the correct herbs, right? Combinations. Make them into teas. Because every herb, not every herb, the correct herbs are how we get rid of disease once we get rid of the bad things, right? So you would want your burdock root. That's going to cleanse your blood. Your dandelion, right? Your chaparral, right? Your red clover, right? You can mix all these in together into a tea, right? Your golden seal, right? You mix these all into a tea. This is a tea you can make a gallon of, right? And you drink it 3 times a day. So now we're drinking this. And then depending if you have a real specific issue, if you have cancer, if you have diabetes, if you have something going on with your pancreas, with your kidneys, with that combination, we would add in another specific herb depending to get those herbs to move to a specific area of your body, right? So if you have issues in your pancreas, we're going to have you do that combination I just told you. But if you have pancreas issues, we might have to add in bilberry. That's going to help it move to the pancreas, right? So it gets real specific. There's not no general stuff. It's different for everyone. But that combination I just gave you is a good way to get rid of the heavy metals, a good way to really start working on getting this stuff out of you. And again, when we do this stuff, understand that if you have illness or disease in you, what's going to happen when we start cleansing? It's going to start coming out of you. So it's going to come out in the form of sickness. So many people will change their diet, start doing the correct things. 3 days into it, they're feeling sick. Like, oh, I don't think this is working for me. No, it is working. That's the point. All right, you're getting sick. You're feeling like you got a cold or a flu 3 days, 7 days into your fast, because that's the illness and disease coming out of your body, right? So again, we use a combination of herbs to get rid of specific illnesses, specific diseases. But once we put them in the body, the steering wheel to drive these herbs to specific areas of the body that are damaged, where the cell is damaged, you may have to add in another one, right? Because that's all disease is. We actually don't even believe in disease. There's no such thing as disease. All disease is them taking a count on symptoms, right? So we know to diagnose cancer, you have to have these symptoms, right? So if a person has 7 out of these 10 symptoms, you got cancer. That's all it is, right? And what is cancer? That's just damaged cell. What is diabetes? That's damaged cell. Whatever the issue is, it's your cells that are damaged. The problem is when you put somebody through chemotherapy, it kills the bad cell, but it also is going to kill a lot of the good cells. So the goal is to get rid of the bad cells, keep the good cells. Don't damage the good cells. Right? Facts. And again, I gave you names in the video. And I'm taught directly by my best friend, his brother Polite. He was taught directly by Dr. Sebi, traveled the world with him. One of the very few people that actually got to share the stage with Dr. Sebi. Spent decades with him, day after day. Right? And this is my best friend. That's who I learned directly from. But I don't just stop there, because nobody knows it all, right? So yes, Dr. Sebi is amazing. Yes, Brother Pride learned directly from him. That's my best friend. He's amazing. I'm still looking for more information though. So then you have Dr. Laila Africa, really great, well documented. Actually has his PhDs and things like that. That's one of the things people hate about Dr. Sebi. Oh, he wasn't a PhD doctor. He was a fraud because he didn't have a damn paper that said he knew what the hell he was doing. All these doctors got PhDs. They did 10 years of schooling, and guess what? They ain't cured not one damn thing. Ain't one doctor cured nothing. All they do is give you pills and treatments to masteroid you. It's not healing nothing. If anything, it's making it worse, right? So we can go to Dr. Laila Africa, right? Who has his PhDs, right? And then again, just the facts, the stereotypes of the world. A lot of people don't want to hear it coming from a black person, right? Especially a black person that ain't got his PhD. So I can give you white people. If that makes you more comfortable. I'm mixed, so I'm comfortable with either side, right? My mom's white, my dad's black. All right? So I can give you Dr. Robert Morse. You can look him up. He's actually still alive. Dr. Laila Africa passed away. Dr. Sebi passed away, right? So Dr. Robert Morse is still alive. Older white gentleman. He's probably in his 70s. He still teaches on his YouTube. A lot of really good informative videos. Again, well documented. Naturopath, holistic doctor. He has like 8 PhDs in science and chemistry and biochemistry, all this. He talks about it openly. He's been healing people for 50 plus years, getting completely rid of diseases that they say are incurable, right? Okay. And then again, if we really want to throw it back, when we talk about the alkaline diet, we can look at Dr. Otto Weinberg, who was a German scientist, a doctor, and he won a Nobel Peace Prize for saying exactly what I talk about. Disease cannot live in an alkaline body. But then people be like, well, that was old. That was back in the day. You know, that was old. So it don't matter anymore. Or it's changed since then. Ain't nothing changed, right? Then we can look at KT the Arc Degree. Great. He's hard to listen to though. KT the Arc Degree is a hard listen. For me, I have trouble listening to him. I love him. So he's pretty much Dr. Sebi's son, right? Dr. Sebi raised him from a kid in Honduras. He was dating his mother, right? So the reason he's a hard listen is because he gets really, really scientific. So sometimes you'll listen to him for an hour, especially if you're new, and you won't know what the hell he talked about, right? He's gonna break down all the scientific terms, right? So I never recommend starting with him. Right. So again, we healing incurable diseases daily with testimonials, with documents from your PhD doctors, right? So we ain't spreading no narrative. We spreading health, baby. And the same person who says comments like that is the same person who has somebody in their family that's dealing with the illness, that's dealing with the disease that him and their whole family wish they get rid of. They're emotional every day because they wish they could get rid of it, but they think there's no way to get rid of it. Meanwhile, there is, right? So, it's sad. The sad thing is, people think that there's no way to get rid of disease and illness. That's the sad part, right? That's really sad. And again, they're eating horrible foods that are damaging the colon, which sends negative signals to the brain, right? So that's what makes people spend their free time spreading negativity, right? Who would take their free time to watch somebody who they don't like their information, thinks everything they say is wrong, other than somebody who has a mental illness, right? It's really sad. And the mental illness is coming from the foods you're eating, right? Your chicken that you think is good, your egg that you think is good, which we know chicken is uric acid. We know acid is where disease lives and grows. It's well documented, right? We know the number one cause of every disease is mucus, which we know is coming from your eggs and your dairy, right? We know another cause of disease is heavy metals, right? Even your PhD doctors, when they're dealing with someone, they try to get rid of the heavy metals in their body, but they don't be knowing how. They try to do it through some chemical pills, right? So, yeah, I was giving you some names. Well, I said Dr. Sebi, Dr. Laila Africa, Dr. Robert Morris, KT the Arc Degree, who I told you was going to be a hard listen. Dr. Inky's a really good person. Brother Polite, my best friend, great. Yeah. And again, let's talk about PhD doctors, right? Because how are PhD doctors, how are they put into the field? How do they pass their test, right? And they got to go into live action. What do? Just like any job, they shadow their boss or they shadow somebody more experienced. So what do they shadow? They go into the doctor's appointment, they stand there in the corner, watch their doctor they're learning from, right? Because they just got their degree, they're about to go out and do their own thing. But first we got to shadow people. Who are they going to shadow? They're going to shadow their doctor, do appointments of sick people, right? Because when you're learning to be a doctor, you study sick people, and that is the issue. You're studying sick people, acting like you can heal somebody, right? Versus holistic doctors, people who cure things naturally, study healthy people, right? Because how can a doctor heal somebody if they've never studied a healthy person to know what a damn healthy person looks like? All they do is study sick people, right? And if you're not sick enough, they send you home. So yeah, that's a little tumor, but I'm not exactly sure yet what's going on with it. Why don't you go home? We'll give it 3 months. We'll revisit in 3 months, see if it got bigger. If it got bigger, I can diagnose you. So now you're in a worse position because they ain't ever studied no damn healthy person, right? This is what your PhD doctors, how they're trained. They take their tests. They do their little studies in school with no live field action. When they do go out on the field, to get real action, they're studying sick people. So how the hell can you make somebody healthy if you studying nothing but sick people, diagnosing sick people, giving sick people chemicals that we know don't work, ain't never cured nothing? Anyways, I got a phone call. I gotta go. I've been live for over an hour. Again, if you missed any of this, it's going to be uploaded to my YouTube, the whole live. So subscribe to the YouTube, same name. All right. If you want the custom coaching, 40 for 1 month, 80 for 3 months, no contract. You can pay PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, right? So the 3 months, you get a whole month free. 80 for 3 months, 40 for 1 month, based on you, your goals. If you work out at the gym, if you work out at home, if you have injuries, if you have food allergies, whatever it is, custom meal plan, custom grocery list, custom workout plan, custom supplement guide, custom cardio plan, custom, I throw in a lot of holistic health things, a list of herbs, all that. It's included, right? So, enjoy the free videos though. Minimum 3 videos daily. 1 free live like this daily, right? Go subscribe to the YouTube so you can watch back these lives. You can pause it, you can take notes, you can whatever, screenshot certain spot, like whatever you got to do. Hope to help you out. 3 videos coming tonight. I got a video coming on probably celery tonight. I was going to post that yesterday, but something told me to post the one on the 5 natural ways to heal disease, which I'm glad I did because y'all seem to really like that. So yes. Again, I've had way more in-depth videos breaking down things going on in the food industry in the past that have got taken down by TikTok. So I can't go in as much as I like. So that's why you want to follow me on YouTube. I had a really good video breaking down. I don't even want to say it on the live because I don't even be knowing would be triggering TikTok to ban stuff. I don't want my live banned. So we'll keep it on YouTube. I did a video on men's health, on helping men with dysfunction, right? TikTok took it down. So I can't talk about men's health or natural ways to improve men's health or issues down there, right? But as I scroll through my TikTok, I can see breast and booty shaking all day, every day, with your damn privates damn near hanging out the side of your panties. But I can't talk about natural men's health, or it gets taken down within an hour. It's crazy, right? It got taken down for some sexual guidelines. But that doesn't make sense. Because how can I get taken out for sexual guidelines? I'm teaching natural men's health and how to get rid of dysfunction, right? And meanwhile, as I scroll through TikTok, I see super sexual stuff all the time. Some of the most viral videos are super sexual. So it's crazy. So just know a lot of my best videos you ain't ever even get to see because it was only up for 2 minutes before TikTok took the damn thing down. So those videos I'm gonna start uploading to my YouTube also. Again, YouTube, same name. Instagram, same name. Instagram's where I post most of my testimonials. I posted a new testimonial compilation on my YouTube with like 300 plus client testimonials. That way you know whatever your starting point is. Once you see all these client testimonials, different people, different backgrounds, different ages, different starting points, different injuries, different types of diets they're following. It doesn't matter what your starting point is. The biggest thing is getting started, right? But let me get off here. Matter of fact, I'll just stay on until I get home. So much noise. I recorded like 10 videos yesterday, so I'm just keeping them in the stash. We'll release them 3 at a time throughout the days. you have a friend, seems somebody said I have a friend that has diabetes. Again, share. I'm uploading this video to the YouTube, so share that link to him, right? Where I talk about the herbs and things like that. Where I talked about fasting, where I talked about removing negative things, adding positive things. Hold on. All right. Yes. So again, we talk about removing negative things, adding positive things, right? Removing, God, so much noise. I'm walking on all the wrong streets because I'm just on here. I'm not even paying attention where I'm going. I got to get back to my spot. When I start talking, I don't even be paying attention. You know how you just pace when you're on the phone? That's what I do when I'm on my live. I got to find my spot. So, yes. Removing the negative things, adding the positive foods, right? We can't just throw in sea moss and your black seed oil that's popular and throw in a green juice every day without removing the negative things, right? Just like a credit score. I always use this analogy. You're not going to get your credit score better by just paying on your credit card the minimum payment of $30 on time for a few months, right? We got to remove all the negative stuff because for years and decades, you've been missing payments, right? You've been missing payments. You got a bunch of derogatory marks, right, on your credit score. You've been doing all the wrong things. You've been adding all these negative things. You've been running that damn card up. Now you think paying your card on time one time is going to fix your credit. It's not, just like health. So if we're not removing the fried chicken, if we're not removing the McDonald's, if we're not removing the mucus-forming foods, if we're not removing the acidic foods, right? Adding some sea moss ain't going to do nothing, right? Just like a credit score. So yeah, I'm gonna be on here for like 5 more minutes, close. Got a couple more blocks to go. It's a little chilly today. It's supposed to be like 75 and sunny, starting like Friday. So that'll be nice for your stomach to digest. So if you fast on just veggies, it's not gonna be as beneficial for you as a fruit fast. So know that. So how many times when you eat like a bunch of veggies or something, you'll find in your stool it's like a damn whole leaf in your damn stool. You're like, yo, I don't even remember eating a leaf that big, right? Then it comes out, you're like, what the hell? Because it's harder for your stomach to digest that. So you never want to fast on veggies alone. It's not going to be the healthiest option. See, I'll be forgetting this new comment, this question thing on TikTok. Again, watch the live back. We talked about the kidneys, the liver, how to cleanse them. Talked about how there's no one good thing for it. We got to remove the negative, then we can add the positive, right? So subscribe to the YouTube, watch it all back. Almost at the spot, so let me get off. See, usually when I'm walking, if I'm not live, then I'm literally listening to lectures and just getting more knowledge. Because I don't know it all, right? The moment you think you know it all, you know nothing, right? So I spend my free time learning, listening to lectures, listening to seminars, reading. Because this is what I'm passionate about. I feel like this is my reason for being on this earth. Is to help improve people's health, help them have a longer, functional, more productive life. So this is why I do this. Oh, I'm feeling good. I've been walking for like over an hour now. And I did sprints. Before I went live, I did sprints. I did lunges down the block. And I've been walking for like an hour talking to y'all. Yeah, so if you're eating every bad food I talk about, that's not good. It's harder for your stomach to digest when you're eating nothing but veggies. Best way to drink coconut water is get a whole young coconut, chop the top off, buy a machete, or go somewhere that chops the top off for you. Drink the water right out of it, then take a spoon, eat the meat. That's one of the healthiest things you can eat. That's another thing. If you're fasting, you could do a coconut fast, because you're getting your electrolytes, you're getting your calories, you're getting everything you need from a coconut, right? One full coconut, drink the water out of it, eat the meat out of it. It's about 1,800 calories. So it's technically not even a fast, because that's about how many calories or more calories than most people need in a day. So some days I'll just wake up, I'll eat a coconut at like 12 o'clock, and that'll be it for the day, and then just drink water. It's the most hydrating thing. It has much healthier electrolytes. It's much better for you than any Gatorade or Powerade without the nonsense. It's great for your immune system. It's antiviral, so it's great right now. Speaking of that, you just reminded me, I gotta go to the store and get some today. Actually, I'm out of that. I gotta go get some hemp seed. I gotta go get some, I should record. I gotta record one time when I go to the grocery store. I just like to be in and out. I'm one of them people, like, I don't like to be walking around. Like, I like to get in. I'll be speed walking with my cart. Like shop till you drop or something. Or supermarket sweep. I'll be in, throw this in the cart, That's just how I be. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some hemp seed today. I gotta get some more walnuts. So this is pretty much I'll give you a quick breakdown of what I shop for, right? I showed you it's on my YouTube. Spent $45. Like, people think being vegan and eating alkaline is expensive. It's not. I'm gonna pick up some hemp seed. I'm gonna pick up some organic apples. I'm gonna pick up some red kale. I'm gonna pick up some walnuts, as I just said, some mangoes, some oranges, some, what else? Coconuts, coconut water. Sometimes I don't feel like cutting the coconut up. Sometimes I just want to drink the water. If I'm drinking coconut water, I'm only drinking Harmless Harvest. All the other brands of coconut water are not even coconut water. That's why they don't taste. If you drink out of a real coconut, then drink coconut water, most of you will be like, this don't taste the same at all. That's because it's not even real coconut, right? It's not real coconut water. It tastes like something completely different. Harmless Harvest, it's the bottle, it's clear, and it's pink, right? Because when coconut water gets air, oxygen to it, it naturally turns pink. That's why Harmless Harvest coconut water is pink. If you cut the top of a coconut off and you don't drink the water right away, if it sets for like 10-15 minutes, the water is going to be pink, right? So if your coconut water isn't pink, there's something wrong with it, right? So all these coconuts in like the carton, these coconut waters in the cartons and in the cans, say they have coconut pulp in them and stuff, it's horrible. It's not even real coconut water, right? So yeah, I'm gonna get that. What else? I keep it simple. Like, I keep it real simple. I just picked up like 8 green juices yesterday. Kale, apple, gingers, cucumber. Yeah, so I'll drink that when I wake up. That's how I'll start my day. Come 3-4 o'clock, I'll eat a large mango with some walnuts, right? And then I'll make my smoothie, which I showed y'all that on, I showed y'all on the live, but I didn't record it. I need to re-record that and upload it to my YouTube. Put some hemp seed in it. I'll use water as the liquid or watermelon. Because when you cut the watermelon up, you just put the watermelon in the blender, you blend it, it turns it into just watermelon water. So you don't need to add any liquid to make it a smoothie, right? You don't need to add any of your milk or anything like that. Simply use the watermelon. So you cut a couple chunks of watermelon, blend it, that turns into your water for the smoothie to blend. Throw in the hemp seed. There's your best source of protein, right? Not IGF-1 protein that comes from your meat, which is carcinogenic, which causes cancer, right? We get our protein from nuts and seeds. So we're gonna put the hemp seed in it. I'm gonna eat walnuts on the side, right? I'm also getting my selenium from my walnuts, which is good for your external immune system, which is good for mental health. I did a video on that, right? And then in my smoothie, I'm gonna put some red kale in it, right? So red kale, watermelon, hemp seed. I'll put spirulina in it, right? I either put 2 baby bananas, that makes it the thick smoothie taste, or I put 1 burro banana, because burro bananas are bigger. We don't deal with the Cavendish banana. And there's your smoothie, right? So that's my second meal of the day, is my smoothie at like 3 or 4, with my walnuts on the side and my mango on the side, right? Then maybe for dinner, like 6 or 7, I will do like zucchini squash, right? Season it up with herbs, right? Because what do we season our food with? Plants and herbs, right? Season it up with some cayenne pepper, some seasonings to make sure the only ingredients in your seasonings are real plants, right? Because even when you eat your meat, you only eat your chicken, you only eat your grilled chicken because you season it with plants. So really the chicken doesn't even taste good to you, because it only tastes good when you add your herbs and spices to it, right? So it's crazy. Like, I don't like eating a lot of veggies and fruits. You know what? I only like my meat. I think I dropped my water bottle. But you only like your meat because you season it with plants. And the only nutrients you think you're getting from your meat are because your meat is eating the plants, right? So why not get all the bullshit out the way and all the trash that's hurting you and just get the plants? Because that's what you're doing anyway. I just showed you there's a little farm thing down the block. I was on my live the other day. I showed you the pig. It was sitting there. The goat was sitting there, or the sheep, whatever it was. Lamb. Actually, it was a lamb, I believe. It was a lamb, pig. There was chickens. And they're eating plants. So the benefits you think you're getting from the meat is only because the meat is eating the plants, right? Think about that. And then when you're eating your fish all the time, that's when you're getting heavy metals in your body from the mercury. When you're eating your meat all the time, that's when you're getting your heavy metals, cadmium. Cadmium is from meats. It's mainly in meats, cereals, and starches, which is how most people start your day and end your day. Cadmium. It is a heavy metal that has no benefits for the body. Your mercury from your fish. Not to mention most of your fish you're getting is from the Gulf, which there's always oil spills at the Gulf. You got all these dead fishes washing up, fishes with 2 heads and shit like that. And this is where the primary source of fish in the U.S. is coming from. So you're getting mercury on top of who knows whatever else the fishes have been swimming in, right? So there's 2 sources of heavy metal. You gotta make sure your products ain't got no lead in them. Most don't anymore. There's a reason, as we talked about with Alzheimer's. I didn't post that video. Actually, that video is probably getting posted tonight. There's a reason people get Alzheimer's, especially in this time, because about 50 years ago, which would mean everybody who's getting Alzheimer's now is old now, which you think it's normal to get Alzheimer's when you turn 60, 70, or 80. It's not. It's because 50 years ago, lead was in almost every house and in the paint, so you're breathing in lead every day. You're getting your heavy metals from the food, as we just talked about, from your meats, your cereals, your starches, your fish, right? So what do they find in an alarming rate of Alzheimer's patients? Heavy metals, aluminum, like all this stuff in the brain, right? What drives aluminum to the brain? Fluoride. Fluoride is used to put the damn aluminum in the car and drive it right up to the brain, right? So when you get dementia and Alzheimer's when you're 60, 70, 80, or even now when you have mental issues, depression, all this stuff, it's coming from the heavy metals also, right? So, dang, I could go on and on. I've been home now for like 30 minutes, but I'm like, when I get talking, I just be going. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for watching if you're still in here. Yes, I always have energy. That's why I'll be sitting here talking for an hour and a half. I can't shut up. And then I'll go back inside and talk to my girl. She'll be like, can you just, like, I know you learned something new, or I know you found this or found that. Like, can you just, I don't want to talk about nutrition right now. I just want to watch TV. They're like, yeah, you want to watch TV, but when you watch TV, you're going to see all these commercials about these pills and about this fast food. She's like, can I just watch TV in peace? So I always have energy. Usually when I'm on a live, I'm shooting ball. I got a little rim on the back of my door. Playing video games like a damn kid. Like, I am a 29-year-old kid, because you lose your kid and your childlike features from the stress of life and eating these horrible foods. When you're eating electric foods, it charges your body. Dang, I ain't took a drink of water in like an hour and a half. I never do that. Right? So, alkaline foods, real food, not hybrid, not GMO, not dead flesh, right, is electric. Your body is electric. Protons, electrons, neutrons, electricity, you know. So how do we charge an electric body with electric food? There's no way you can charge an electric body with dead, processed, hybrid GMO foods. It's not electric. It's giving your body no voltage. What you're doing is you're trying to shove one of them, I don't even know what they call them, big ass fat square cube batteries into a little damn fire stick remote that takes AAA batteries. That's what you're doing. That's why your body's not charged. That's why you're low on energy. That's why you don't like going on walks. That's why you got knee pain. That's why you got mental issues. Like, it all ties in together. This is my breakfast, water. That's all you need. And I did a whole little, what do you want to call it? A seminar, a webinar on water. That's on my YouTube, on my live, where I told you the best types of water. Yeah, straight from the coconut, but go watch the video where I go more in depth on if you're not getting it from the coconut, what type of waters to do. Because we got alkaline water in the bottles. We got spring water. We got purified water. We got distilled water. So I did a whole 40-minute breakdown. I had the waters with me, explaining to you what's the best, why it's the best. But to keep it simple, 100% mountain spring water with no added ingredients is going to be the best water for you, other than coconut water. No, it does not have to be alkaline water. So watch that video so I can explain that to you. However, it is alkaline because of things we do to the water, right? Pink Himalayan sea salt remineralizes the water, automatically makes it alkaline. Because just because water is alkaline doesn't mean it's healthy, because many waters are made alkaline by chemicals. Because many chemicals show up alkaline on the pH scale. We judge whether something's acidic or alkaline by the pH scale, right? So you would put a test strip in to bleach, and bleach is going to show that it is alkaline. You put a test strip in the chlorine, it's going to show that it's alkaline. However, you drink that chlorine, you drink that bleach, you're going to be in the hospital. So we got to understand, just because you go to the gas station and you see a big bottle that says alkaline really big on it, doesn't mean it's good, right? So again, your water should not have ingredients. If it's purified water, that means it's stripped of the minerals that come naturally from the springs, because they have a really strict protocol they have to go through to put it on the shelf and call it purified. So they're stripping it of the natural minerals. It's pretty much processed water, right? So you see purified, 100% purified water, you think it's good. No, they removed all the natural minerals. The water, if it's coming from springs, has the natural minerals in it. So worst case scenario, if you get purified water, you put the pink Himalayan sea salt in it to remineralize it. That's the best you can do. Or like key lime or lemon. But yeah, let me go inside. I got my workout in. Did my talk with y'all. Got to edit some videos, send out plans for the clients. Again, before I get off, a lot of y'all be asking about coaching, custom coaching, 40 for 1 month, 80 for 3 months, based on you, your specific goals, your starting points. Been posting client testimonials, a new one daily for the past probably over 4 months straight now. So just message me or click the link in my bio. Finish my breakfast. I'm actually gonna drink a green juice too. I gotta go to the store. And you gotta be careful with these health stores too, as I talked about on my live. See, I'm gonna start going in for another half hour. Because just because you're getting it from Whole Foods and Trader Joe's or a store that says health food really big on the sign, doesn't mean it's good for you. I need to do that video. I keep saying that. I'm gonna go to like Whole Foods or one of these health stores and show you how much unhealthy stuff is in there. And show you the correct things. But yeah, let me talk to y'all. You want it to be real pressed juice. Employee of the month. He repping that. Spirulina's good. From my studies, my research, spirulina's good. So again, just because I learned most of my things from Dr. Sebi, you'll notice spirulina isn't on Dr. Sebi's food list, right? So I don't always just go with what I hear. Dr. Sebi doesn't put it on his food list, doesn't really speak against it. Many other holistic teachers, naturopaths, say nothing but positive things about it. So that's when I conduct my own research. And I realized spirulina is one of the original plants of the sea. It has many nutrients, minerals, which you're not getting from other foods. So therefore, for me, spirulina's a yes. Better than spirulina, though, is going to be your marine phytoplankton, right? Because as we talked about, see, I'm a rant again. I could do this for hours, which I've already done over hours. I can do this for days. Last thing, marine phytoplankton is great. Marine phytoplankton is where you get your oxygen from. You learn in school that you get your oxygen from the trees. All the oxygen comes from the trees. That is false. All the oxygen is not coming from the trees, okay? The oxygen, about 30% of the oxygen comes from the trees, 20 to 30%. 70 to 80% of the world's oxygen comes from marine phytoplankton in the ocean, right? So that's where 70 to 80% of your oxygen comes from, right? The biggest creature on the planet, the blue whale, lives off marine phytoplankton. When it's ready to eat, it just opens its mouth and lets the marine phytoplankton come in, right? Literally what it lives off of. The biggest creature on the world lives off of marine phytoplankton. It gives you your oxygen. 70-80% of the world's oxygen comes from marine phytoplankton, not trees. So therefore, what's the problem when we have disease and illnesses? Many times our body isn't getting enough oxygen, right? So therefore, I'll add marine phytoplankton and give my body and my cells more oxygen. I'll add chlorophyll, which comes naturally from plants, to give my body and my cells more oxygen, right? Because we need more oxygen in the body. We need more circulation. We need less mucus. We need less acid, right? That's it for today, though. Let me get out of here. I am signing off in 3, 2, 1. Peace before I start ranting.